In this video, we're going to create this dashboard that I put together in Cluvio to give it a try. Now, it's fairly easy, so we'll get right into it, and I'll explain a few things that we need to set up first. So we'll go to Dashboards, and we would normally say New Dashboard, but first we need to create a data source, since assuming you don't have a data source set up yet. And we're going to set up a data source for the bluehost. Now I'm going to delete this one because we're going to set up one that matches that. Alright, so first we click Add Data Source. We'll give it a name. We'll call it Tutorial 2. And we'll take the database type, which in this case we set up the MySQL database in the last tutorial, and bluehost. Now we'll give it the host would be your domain name. Port, just to keep at 3306. Database name, in this case it is, I'm going to paste that in, REI tutor Podio, that's sync. In your case it'll be the first 8 letters of your domain name, underscore, and then the database table you created back in the bluehost. We'll show you where to get that. So you go to My Bluehost account login, put in your credentials, which is your domain name and your password that you created when you set up the Bluehost account. Click on Advanced. Now under databases, MySQL databases, click there. Scroll down until you see the databases, and this is the database name we created. And also we're going to need the user that we created for this database, which is this REI tutor.podio. For me, yours will be different. And then put in the password that you created for that user account. Now you don't need to leave this unchecked, and click Next to test the connection, and it should work. Success. Now also, if you notice that it says please make sure to whitelist the following IP addresses in your firewall. So this is talking about the remote SQL, or the remote IP addresses in your Bluehost. So if we were to go into Advanced again, down to this remote MySQL, we have to put those IP addresses in here. So if we highlight that, copy, paste it in here, and click Add Host. Go back. It's in there now. We'll take the other one. Add host. Okay, this ensures that Cluvio can get access to your database. So it'll give you a warning if you try to test and it doesn't connect. It'll tell you that perhaps you haven't whitelisted the IP addresses. So now we're successful. We can save. Then we can go back to the dashboards and create a new dashboard. So we'll say New Dashboard. Give it a name. Tutorial Dashboard. And create. Now the first report we're going to create is the properties per city. It's just an easy one to start out. Select New Report. We'll select the data source, which is the one we just created, Tutorial 2. It'll bring up the tables that we have in that database. So in this particular case, I'm going to select sync properties, and then we'll do a quick view. If you click that, you'll get a quick view of the data in there. And that gives you the top 10. So in this case, we want to write a little SQL. So we can say select city, comma, so we're taking the city, and then we want we'll do this simple, so we'll just do the city from sync properties. And we only, so we'll say run. So now this will give us just the list of the cities that we have in the database, in that database table. Now what we want to do is take a count of how many of each one of those exists and create another column. So we do comma count. So you can see that this editor gives you a hint, so it makes it easy. Count star that as leads, or we'll call it properties. But now that we're doing an aggregation, we want to group by city. So we're doing a count of all the cities, and then we run. So we can see that each city has this many. Now we want to get rid of the ones that don't have a property, a city name there. So we'll do where city does not equal empty, which is 2 blank quotes. We'll run that. That'll get rid of the city, the 277 there. Now additionally, we only want the top 10, and we want to order in reverse order. So we'll do, click up here. So first we're going to order by count descending, so from most to least. So we can run that. So now we see the reverse order, and then we only want the first 10 because we don't need to see all of them. We just want to see the top. So we can say limit 10. Run. So here's our data that we're going to put into this chart. So we can select a table type and put it on like this. There's a list of the table. Or we can select other kinds of charts. We have the option for a pie chart. It doesn't really apply. A line chart. Don't like that. A bar chart. We could do that. So let's keep it this way. So we'll do save. Well, we'll add the labels so we can see the number of each one. And it puts it in here. You can hover over the top and it'll give you the information. So the next graph we're going to do is similar, but we're going to do this by number of, we're just going to get a quick look the number of bedrooms that we have, that we normally go after. So we can go new report. Just like the last one, we'll do select bedrooms, comma, count star, where or from sync properties, whatever your table you have the properties, you can use that. I'm having sync properties. You might have some different table. Now we're going to group by, because we're doing an aggregate count, by bedrooms, because we want to sum it up for each distinct bedroom type. We're going to do a count. So we'll run the query, see what we get. And for no bedrooms, we have 188, but we don't want that. So you have to put a where clause in here, where bedrooms greater than 0. For some reason I have a whole bunch of records in this database table that where the property bedrooms are 0. So now we have this set up. Now to be a little bit better, just so we get a little more descriptive with the bedroom type, we can say, we can concatenate, which is, there's a concat function that we can say bedrooms, and then we want to add beds. So it's concat, parenthesis, bedrooms, which is the column name, comma, and then we want to concatenate space beds, the word after that. So now you run the query. You see 1 bed's got 52, 2 beds, 132, and so on. This also, I mean, we can do a pie chart or a line chart. I still kind of like the bar chart for this as well, just to keep things simple. And we can save. You can give it a title. Bedroom types or bedroom count. Save. We can move this. Clicking here, we'll slide that down over here. You can shrink it up to there. So now we have here. If you want to edit, you click this gearbox and go to edit. All right, let's quickly run through a couple more. So now I want to get the properties per county. So let's create a new report. I'm going to say select county, comma, count star, where or from sync properties, where county does not equal blank, group by county, limit, let's go by 12 just to change it up a little bit, and run. So we have Atlantic County, New Jersey. I'm in New Jersey, so there's 17 properties there, 18, 40, 40, 11, and so on. We can do an order by to make it so we get the most to the least. Order by count star. Run. And we want this descending. Now I have a list of the properties starting from the most to the top 12 counties where I get my properties from. And in this case, I would like a table. And we'll save. I'll put that right here. Now the next report for this is going to be a 10 most recent leads. So you say new report. Going to take it out of this table just to show you that you can pull from different tables. No problem. This actually is a backup of my REI Flow test database, as opposed to this one is backup of my wholesaling properties database. So we can say select street, city, state, zip, type of house. These are all fields. If you click on the drop down, you can see all the list of the fields that are in that table. Type bedrooms, bathrooms, and asking price. From REI Flow details, limit 10. So let's run that. All right. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a date field in this database table, but if you did, you could just say order by date field, I believe descending, so you get the most recent properties first, going to the later properties last. So if you do this and then you do limit 10, you'll get the 10 most recent properties. I don't have that field, so I can't add that in there. I'm just going to do 10. There's only 14 records in this table, but you'll see. No, we'll do it. For this, I like the table, so I get the information. And we can expand this to see everything. All right, now the next one's going to be kind of fun. We're going to add a map report. So we say new report. Now in this map report, we have to add, we can do quick overview to select from the REI Flow details. They say limit 10. We get rid of that because we want them all, and we'll run. So we're going to show us everything in that table. Now with the map, you need a longitude and latitude record, which is right here. Now if you don't have that, there's a video that I put out a year or so ago about pulling data address information from Google Maps. In that video, it should show you how to get the longitude and latitude. I'll link to that in the article. So we'll click map, and now we'll give you this list of fields, and if it sees longitude and latitude, it'll pick them, and you can see they're concentrated in New Jersey, and there's one way over here. That's the one at 00, which unfortunately didn't have that's this one right here that didn't have a longitude and latitude for, because there's no address. So that's easy to get rid of. So we'll say where longitude does not equal 0, right? Yeah. Run the query. Now we got rid of that record. Go back to the map. It should focus in on the New Jersey right there. See, so now each one of these dots is where I have a property. Yeah, they're different sizes. I don't like that. So you can just click that off, and they'll all be the same size. We can make these things so they're solid, not blurred. and that gives you a better view of what they are. We can increase the size too. You can also, and it does a good job of zooming in to the complete range of where your properties are. But if you only want, say, ones in northern New Jersey, you can zoom in to see, and it'll give you more detail on the map as well. I like to back it out to see the all New Jersey, because that's where I target. And we'll center this so when we save, it shows up right here. Now I'll make this a little bigger to make it look nice. And if we hover over each one of those dots, you get the listing of all the information on your property, which is pretty awesome, right? You can set this up to see the 10 most properties, the 10 newest properties, or you can set it up to see the ones you're actively working on, or the properties that you need to go visit next week, so you can kind of see where they're located to make better plans. It's pretty helpful. This is one of the most helpful parts of this dashboard. So now the last report I have, just to fill things up, is one where I'm getting my leads from the data source report. So we click new report. We'll use this quick view. It gives you a quick, gives you the select top 10 of the property, so you don't have to type it out. Now it's a simple count graph again. So we're going to do lead source, comma, count star, just like many of the other reports. And if you want to give it a different label, instead of count, you can say as lead count. Properties, will run that. So now we have, oh, we're only doing a limit of 10. We don't want that. We want to get the representation of the entire data set. Oh, I forgot one more thing. You got to do a group by. You don't do a group by, it just counts all the records. And then I can't tell you why it picks one lead source over the others to show, but you have to do group by lead source. So again, we have a blank one here. So after the from clause, we have to do a where clause. Lead source does not equal blank. So here's the breakdown that I'm looking for. We can adjust certain aspects over here. Uses table properties. For this one, I like the pie chart, and we can put in the labels, and also these are different pie chart types. You can do a donut, which throws you the total in here, and then gives you the breakdown in percentages. So 81% of my leads come from sellyournewjerseyhouse.com, 15 we buy NJ houses, voicemail, and other is a small percentage. Those are probably manually entered by me. That one. So if we save this, do that over here, make it a little bigger, and we have our dashboard. See how easy that is? I mean, this video took 25 minutes to get through because there's a lot of little things and I wanted to explain it to you nicely, but in reality I could put this together in 15 minutes, and then I have a very useful dashboard that I can then come to at any time and take a quick overview of how my leads are getting the system, what are my new leads, where they're located, what the breakdown is that I'm getting over the last month to kind of see how things are going, where I'm working at most, the city that I seem to be getting a lot of deals in all of a sudden, It might be because I'm marketing more to one area than another, and I need to adjust that. And then type of bedrooms that I'm most likely getting. So this helps me determine that, okay, I seem to be getting more 3 bedrooms. And then if you had another chart that says the deals that you are getting, how many bedrooms are those, you can see maybe it matches up that, or maybe you're seeing that you get most of your deals on 2 bedrooms instead of 3 bedrooms, so you can adjust your marketing to pull in more 2 bedrooms. I mean, there's a lot of questions you can get answered here, and a quick view of your data, and I think this is very helpful. Even the free version of Cluvio that only allows you, one person, to enter, to take a look at this and set this up, and you only get 3 different dashboards. I think that's plenty. I think it's very useful for that. I mean, you're not going to be able to show this to other people. I mean, you can take a screenshot and send this to somebody, but if you want to have other users in here and share this with other people, you'll have to get behind the paywall and purchase the next few levels, which gets very expensive for Cluvio, which I can see why, because this is, of all the different reporting templates I've looked at and tested, this one is by far the easiest, and I think it looks the nicest. But I am going to review another one called Ubic in a later article that is much cheaper. There's no free version, but the first tier and the second tier are quite a bit cheaper, and you get a comparable dashboard. It's not as nice looking, and it's a little bit different, but it could work. So you can make that choice yourself. If you have any questions, comments, you can leave them below. There's a few other things. I'm just showing you what you can do in the free version. This goes well beyond that if you want to pay. So you can add filters. You can add different schedules. So you can set up a schedule to send out this dashboard to some users, some people, or yourself on a daily basis. So you don't have to log in here, you can just look at it. You can create snippets, so you can join tables and create different views of your data so you can quickly access them in your reports. You have alerts, so if you get a certain combination of data in your database, you can check for that, and if you get that, you can send out a quick alert email to yourself so you can then go check on it. And there's filters. These filters you can set up to adjust the data that you're seeing on your dashboard, and that would show up here. So then you can say, okay, I want this dashboard, but I want to see only the new projects, not all the project or all the properties, only the new properties. And that'll give it up here. I haven't explored that too much, but that's a very cool tool too, because then you can quickly adjust and tweak the data to see exactly what you want. So again, have any questions, leave a comment below. I'm sure I'll be looking into this a little bit further because this free version is very handy and I might end up using it. It'd be nice if I can get this directly into my Podio dashboard. I probably think I can't, but at the very least we can create a link to this dashboard from Podio front page dashboard so I can click on it and get here real quick instead of having to log in every time. So thanks for watching, and talk to you soon.